What would you say if the government in your country, they came to you and they said, please come with us, we will put you in a box and you will live in that box for the rest of your life. You won't see other people, and you will just be there in that box. You will have some entertainment on a screen in front of you, and we will feed you and we will remove your bodily waste, and we will keep you in reasonably good health. But you will have to stay in that box. That box will be your whole life, and there won't be anything else. Yeah, so what would you say to that? You would probably scream and fight and do everything you could to avoid such a horrible fate. But here's the thing. We are sort of moving in that direction now, and I am very disappointed with people actually when I'm seeing how people are complying with whatever rules are imposed upon them. Now, I'm not saying we should be stupid. There are rules that are for the common good, but there are also rules that seems to be imposed upon us to make us feel better. It kind of acts like back in when I was, well, actually that was before I was a kid, 60s and up in the 70s maybe. In school you would learn that if there was a nuclear bomb going off somewhere, you should crawl and hide under the table. Everyone knew that that wouldn't matter if you stayed under a table. But it was something that they told the kids, you know, and just do this and you'll be safe, you'll be okay. And so there's a little bit of that going on. And there is a mindset now that is all about complying with whatever rules are imposed upon us. And people have become very good at bowing, taking a knee, kneeling, and showing how virtuous they are. So people have become very good at policing the behavior of other people, which we've seen in communist states and China and so on. So you have this mindset where people comply and people are obedient and people willingly trade their freedoms for a artificial safety, a feeling of safety. Now, so that's one mindset, but we have another mindset, and we see more and more people are turning their back to the establishment, the system, and they are becoming self-sufficient. Now the smoke is. Sorry about this. Hold on. So you have this other mindset where people value their freedoms, and they value freedom over material goods. So we bought this land. I'm sitting on a piece of land now. We bought this land, first of all, to protect it, to protect the trees and the flora and fauna here, but also because it enables us to be more self-sustainable. We can grow our own food. We started this year actually, and we are learning, but we're getting there. And we're thinking about maybe getting some chicken. And that mindset where you take responsibility for yourself and your family is totally different from the mindset where you just follow the rules and you comply to every rule that are imposed upon you. You bow your knee And it is some wise people are now saying that in the future you will have more people moving into urban areas, and that's a policy that is the governments in maybe all over the world, they want that. They want people to move into the cities, into the urban areas. And it's very easy to see a future where people, they don't own their own flat, their own apartment. They don't own a house, they don't own a car. And they are not part of this nuclear family that, has been the building block of Western society for hundreds of years, and longer than that as well. But on the other hand, I think if we're talking about future, we will see people who are establishing themselves outside of that. And they will be growing their own food, at least to some degree. They will do that. They will be self-sustainable to some degree, and they will not be following the rules. They will be very hard to govern, and they will be viewed as problematic and selfish and maybe even dangerous and a menace to society. And one thing that people, they don't think about very often, at least it seems like it's all being forgotten now, it's stress. And the stress of living in an urban area. And if you live in an urban area, you know what I'm talking about. And that needs to be, it should be a part of the equation here. I don't think it's healthy to live in boxes and to move around in boxes. And we were not meant for that kind of life. We are actually part of nature. And we are happiest and healthiest if we stay close to nature. And I think that, for instance, if you try to break up the nuclear family, you go against nature, and it won't be, it's a very bad idea. I think, a good friend of mine, he says that if you try to go against nature, you will fail eventually, because nature always wins. So you have the mindset of the people who just follow the rules, because it's easier than the alternative. And the alternative is to go your own way. Some days I think that this lifestyle that I'm living, it's not for everyone, because people are different. I grew up very close to the capital in Norway, and that's not a very big. That wasn't a very big city back then, of course. But I'm not born and bred a country boy. But I could never move back to an urban area. No, that's not for me. And I would add that I'm happy to have been able to give my kids that my kids are growing up in an area like this. But anyway, that's just my thoughts on the whole mess. And I just wanted to share these thoughts with you here from my Viking tent. And what can I say? It's I know lots of you guys, you are already living that self-sustainable lifestyle, and so you know what I'm talking about here. And some people will say, well, I live in a city, I can't move out of the city because of work and because of everything. But if there's a will, there's a way. And I think that we are getting very close now to the day when you will have to choose. And freedom is valuable. And you know, many people, they are spoiled because they have freedom, and they never had to fight for that freedom, and they think that they always will have these freedoms that they have now, and that's not the case. Once they are taken away, they are usually not given back. So, yeah. But anyway, I will be back with a new video. Hello, smoke. I will be back with a new video in a few days, and I hope you enjoyed this little chat here. That's all for now. Have a wonderful day. Bye.